Now, as a startup, right? I think it's no longer going to become a manpower issue. Like, I need to hire more people. I need more capital, hire more people. If you can get agents
Yeah.
to do these things, you'll be able to have a startup of, 2, 3 people and 50 agents that
Yeah.
are doing things.
Okay, how much is this gonna cost?
Well, that's where we're going to have to figure. Right now, it's expensive because of the calls to the large language models.
Yeah.
And when you make those API calls, the tokens cost money.
Welcome to Married to the Startup. I'm Alicia McKenzie, a wellness entrepreneur and digital creator. Alongside me is my amazing husband, George, the CEO who's always ready for a new challenge. We've been navigating marriage and running startups for over a decade, and we're here to share the real, unfiltered journey with you. Join us for insights and candid conversations about integrating love, family, and entrepreneurship. This is Married to the Startup, where every day is a new adventure.
We are back for another episode of Married to the Startup.
I feel like we never left.
Number 3.
I know.
Number 53.
Is it 63?
63?
I have no idea.
I think it's 63.
It's not 6-7.
Oh, God.
Not yet.
I'm your host.
That'll have to be a crazy episode.
6-7. Maybe we should have our kids on.
Maybe. After the last episode, we just talked about exploiting kids for personal gain. Let's have our kids on the pod.
Do it.
Lean in.
I'm your host, Alicia McKenzie.
I'm George McKenzie.
You are.
That is my name.
Today's episode. What are we talking about, babe?
AI and robots.
Okay. What has spurred this? And I know there's been a lot coming out in the last 2 weeks. So let's see. There's Claude-bot.
Yeah, and then the news that Tesla is shutting down the S and X production facilities
I feel
to
like that's a
make
big one.
Optimus robots instead. And then there's some hubbub in South Korea around Hyundai and then them using the Atlas robot to work the floor for the building construction to build the cars.
Yeah.
So there's a lot happening, and I think we were also talking about prediction shows for 2026,
Yeah.
and it kind of all melts together of what the workforce of the future looks like.
Yeah. And you're currently in the throes of like coming up with your next thing, and a lot of it's very AI heavy.
Yes, I've been doing a lot of research and leaning in.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
And I know one of us in this room has like undiagnosed generalized anxiety.
You don't have to out yourself on the camera, on the pod. Jeez, lady. I don't know if it's undiagnosed. I perfectly understand that I have anxiety. I think it comes with high intelligence.
Does it?
Yes.
Is that a thing?
It is.
Okay.
It's a correlation.
Fair enough. But your anxiety versus my anxiety, I fear for like our raising our kids and like how are we doing and are we fucking them up and are they gonna need therapy and like I go down those kind of rabbit holes.
I go the future of society and mankind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different ends of the spectrum.
Completely.
So, quick question. So, what if I were to tell you that your next employee that you hire does not need to be onboarded, and it wouldn't sleep? They wouldn't sleep. They wouldn't complain about Mondays. They wouldn't need lunch breaks or smoke breaks, and they would just work on the task that you gave them.
Okay. Who's teaching this?
That would be humans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of the premise of, some of the things we're talking about is, what if you were to look at a company of the future, and I think 2026 is going to be that pivotal year, just like, AI was only really mainstream 2 years ago with the chat. The way we interface with AI was the chat. We interface with large language models via a chatbot. And now we're moving into the agentic phase where now we're creating AI agents, which now have the ability to perform tasks autonomously. And you just give them a task or a function and then say, you're now doing this. And they can operate independently and have access to tools, have access to systems. You give them passwords, you give them API keys, you give them whatever, and they can go perform a role in a company versus a chat interface that can just give you research.
Okay, so as it stands today, we're currently using AI in the chatbot where we're saying, okay, do this, and then do this, and then do X, Y, and Z.
Help me research this. Help me do X, Y, or Z. Yeah, so we're now it's.
But in the future, it will look more like
an employee.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think in the future you're using AI instead of AI performing a function. AI will be performing a role.
Okay, but I can't wrap my head around this. Like, how does one even implement something like this?
Yeah, I think it starts right now we're not there. I think a lot of people are the first phase, like AI was the buzzword for 2 years and people are playing around with it. It's great to chat. People are using it and it's getting pushed from boards down to CEOs, to CISOs, to CIOs, and everyone's got to use AI.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the Salesforce companies, everybody's putting AI in to assist. They're like, oh, especially right now, it's a great co-pilot,
Yeah.
Microsoft's term, but it can
Mm-hmm.
help you to write better emails. It can help you to update a CRM with more intelligent information. It can help you out in the CRM world. So now with what Claude-bot kind of opened the aperture and said, hey, these AI agents that, people are doing today, it's just creating a more mass production kind of one,
Mm-hmm.
and then giving it the ability to create its own world, which is kind of unique. But that AI agent is now the trend where we're going to go, and it being, not quite AGI yet,
Yeah.
but close enough where you can say, hey, you're going to act as my virtual assistant.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to clean up my inbox.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to read every email that comes in. I want you to
Unsubscribe.
unsubscribe to the ones that I don't want to be a part of.
Yeah.
I want you to reply to ones that need to be replied to. And yeah, I want you to act, in that capacity for me. And as an executive assistant, if there are, people I need to have meetings with, I want you to email with their executive assistant. I want you to book a time, put that time on my calendar, create the Teams meeting and send it out. And then I want you to give me talking points for that meeting. And
Okay, so
in the morning, I want you to give me a summary of everything I have that day.
this entire playbook that you just ran through, how does the AI chatbot or how does the AI agent know to perform these tasks?
You tell it,
So
but you only have to tell it once.
Okay, but that requires you as the business owner, the CEO, or the whatever, the human,
hmm
to actually articulate what you need it to do.
Right. So I
One
think,
time.
yeah, really understand what the function of that role is. Hey,
Yeah.
you are my executive assistant. Here are all the things I want you to do.
So, like, giving you an example, I have talked to other founders, other CEOs, and they're like, "I need an assistant. I need an assistant. Like, I'm drowning. I can't do any of this." And then I'm like, "Okay, this is who I would recommend." And then they never do anything because they haven't taken the time to actually put down on paper what tasks they need done on a recurring basis.
Right.
Right. So I think that's a big bridge.
Yeah. And I think and that's where we're at
Right.
this.
You could benefit from an assistant.
Probably. And I think this is where we're going with this pivotal moment.
Mhm.
It'll happen, maybe not this year, maybe it will, but it's coming where we're outsourcing those roles. Right now, it's easy to automate repetitive tasks.
Yeah.
Have it automate, do the same thing every day. But like what we were just talking about, the EA requires a level of intelligence where
Mhm.
I've got to read the email. I've got to understand, is this a customer? Is this a peer? Who is this? And maybe, it is smart enough to say, I'll look at the email coming in, analyze the inbox as
Yeah.
they've had correspondence before. Let me reach out, look at their LinkedIn, see if there's anything there that correlates to make this a good. And then maybe I bring it up to my CEO and say, hey, do you want to meet with so and so? Here are his bona fides. This is why he wants to meet. Do you want to meet? If so, I'll schedule it.
Mhm.
So, what a person would do.
Yeah.
And that is not kind of a workflow thing you're going to tell it. It's going to learn that.
Yeah.
So, I think the interesting, like watching the video for Claude-bot, and I think it's maybe to help you frame what the AI agent does, like a Claude-bot does. He was working with it, he wrote it and, interfacing with it with the chat interface, and it connects through email or Teams or WhatsApp or iMessage. You can message just like a person, and it
Yeah.
has a personality, and you can give it and it'll talk and it'll do tasks and keep running those tasks for you
Mhm.
every day,
Yeah.
based on its heartbeat. But he was interfacing with it to help it write code, and then he watched like a podcast or watched a video on this new piece of code.
Mhm.
So he sent the video to the assistant, to
Yeah.
Claude-bot.
Yeah.
But Claude-bot had never doesn't know how to process video or anything, so he was wondering what would happen.
Yeah.
And it took 30 minutes or an hour, and it came back and had written the code that was there and put it into his repository, his GitHub.
Yeah.
And then you asked it, how did you do that? And said, well, I saw the file come in. I didn't recognize the file extension. So I searched what the file extension was, realized it was a video file. I didn't have access to the Apple video player. So I uploaded the video into ChatGPT and had it tell me the text.
Yeah.
And then I took the text and did a search for what it was doing. And then I realized what it was, the code was trying to do. And then I wrote the code.
No.
Yeah. So it was smart enough to go, I don't know what this file is. Let me search. Oh, I can't play it. Well, what do I do now? I'll have
Yeah.
an interpreter look at the file for me and give me the audio out of it. Like
So,
that logical thinking was not programmed in. It just did it.
jeez. I wish assistants now would do.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's where we're going.
Yeah, yeah.
So now if you can extrapolate that out to other roles like accounting and like the data entry roles in accounting, if
Yeah.
it knew the rules, it understands gap probably better than an accountant would because it can
Mhm.
read it and use it as part of the language model, and then be able to apply those rules and say, okay, here, check my inbox for all the invoices that come in. I want you to put all the invoices in my bill pay system, and I want you to take those and put them in the GL
Yeah.
and put them in the right chart of accounts, and then I want you to create the accounts payable list, and I want you to schedule the payments in the bank,
Mhm.
and then I want you to brief me once a week on what's going to get paid, and I'll approve.
Yeah.
And it will do that forever.
Oh,
It will never complain. It will look at emails. It'll do it forever.
how nice would that be?
Right? So just imagine. So now as a startup, right? I think it's no longer going to become a manpower issue. Like I need to hire more people. I need more capital, hire more people. If you can get agents
Yeah.
to do these things, you'll be able to have a startup of 2-3 people and
Mhm.
50 agents that
Yeah.
are doing things.
Okay, how much is this gonna cost?
Well, that's where we're going to have to figure. Right now, it's expensive because of the calls to the large language models,
Yeah.
and when you make those API calls, the tokens cost money.
Do you liken it to when memory was first created and you had terabytes of data? Like you couldn't buy a terabyte of storage for under like $1,000.
Yeah,
And now a terabyte of storage is like maybe $15.
yeah, but those costs are coming down rapidly
Yeah.
with the language models. And then now there's some open source language models that you could build on your own. You can install them on a couple Mac Studios, and you
Mhm.
can run your own large language model in your own network. So those API calls are free.
Yeah.
Now you can say, okay, if I can get that running, and that open source model has competed on with Gemini and all, and it is on par.
Yeah.
So now you say, okay, if we get a lot of those models, the costs are cheaper because then you say, I'm going to bang that model for any task that if I can get an answer for. And if I
Yeah.
can't get the right answer, I can't figure it out, then I'll go to a Gemini.
Mhm.
And that way, most of your tokens are going to be used internally on your own language model.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of technical.
Yeah.
Not technical. It's just, if you
it-
think it's convoluted, but
Absolutely.
yeah, it's like, hey, I'm going to buy, it's kind of like the college thing, right? I'm going to go to community college and get most of my stuff done
Yeah.
pretty cheap.
Yeah.
And then for the tailored stuff that I
Mhm.
know I have to go to university for, I'm going to save those and go 2 years to university to graduate.
Okay, let's take it a step further. So you've got all these AI agents. What happens when they start having bodies?
Yeah, so I think that's the next phase, right? So if you think about phase 1 being, I can outsource intelligence
Yeah.
and automation to this agent
Uh-huh.
to be intelligent, to think,
Mm-hmm.
or to process and
Yeah.
think about stuff. And then the second phase is, okay, now I still need humans to do things.
Yeah.
Like still need a human to put a car together. Need a
Yeah.
human to clean the floor. But
Fix the
now
toilet.
with robotics, and you look at Optimus, which Tesla's betting the house on, and Atlas, which is Boston Robotics, and there's a couple others that are in that realm. They're really advanced now, and they're starting to move toward, okay, so if I can couple AI agents with the intelligence, and now I can have the labor, the do, being the robot, man, what's left?
I feel like we glazed over the fact that Tesla is shutting down production
On
They
the S and X, the two like
on
most popular
on
cars.
the Tesla Model X and the Tesla Model S to build robots.
Yeah.
Like that, I can't wrap my head around that because it just
Yeah, he's making a bet. He thinks the future
that's
of
a
the
big
company
swing.
yeah, the future of the company is mass-produced, cost-effective Optimus robots aimed at the 20 to $25,000 price range.
Oh, are we gonna buy one?
Yeah, of course.
I think our kids asked us. We had this
We'll have
conversation.
one sitting right here in a podcast
Oh my
soon.
gosh. We had this conversation at the dinner table last night,
Yeah.
right? But everybody thinks when you see AI and you think AI agents, our daughter was like, oh my God, that's going to kill us.
Yeah.
Right? That was like the first reaction. And I think that is the general population's initial reaction to the thought of buying a robot
Yeah.
that is controlled purely by artificial intelligence.
It is the fear. I mean, I think Sam Altman said it in one of his interviews that, AI is going to be the death of us, but it's going to build some pretty amazing companies along the way.
Yeah.
Like, there are safeguards and ethical things that need to be
Mhm.
considered, especially. So let's say you are doing a startup and you're using AI agents to do all these things. There's going to be, AI agents aren't ethical inherently. Like
Yeah.
they don't have, humanity's kind of
Mhm.
ethical ethos
They're not
or
afraid to hurt your feelings.
right or any of that. So or
Or
being able to
you.
read social emotional cues, like all these things that humans are innately good at that AI is not.
Yeah.
So you're going to have those guardrails built in, and there's going to have to be a kill switch of some sort, I'm sure.
Has to be.
Right?
There has to be. But then what was the most recent movie? Was it with
Megan Fox?
yeah,
Yeah.
right? It was able to kill the kill switch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's going to have to be a physical kill switch, I'd
these
imagine.
movies aren't helping
No, no,
AI's
no, no,
cause.
no,
Right?
no.
And then you had Kimmy, that was another
I
one.
don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah. Or it was I watched it on an airplane.
No.
We had a long flight and I watched this movie.
But the AI revolution, like the AI agent transformations, are getting away from the chat. How we all think of a lot of people think of AI today as Chat GPT. This or when you go to Google, it summarizes like
Mhm.
this chatted interface.
Yeah.
When it moves to the next phase of agents, where it's performing a role, it's doing a lot of different things all the time, and then it's like an employee, it'll just update you on what it's done.
So this is
But it's
essentially
out there spending money right now.
yeah, the AI is thinking,
Yeah.
right? The robots are doing, and then the humans are deciding what needs to be done.
Yeah, or leading, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So I think that's when it comes to, we talk a lot about what does the future look like for our kids,
Yeah.
right? So what skill sets will persist?
Creativity, handwriting.
Creativity, creativity, leadership skills, that
Mhm.
social emotional skills, the ethics, like understanding
One of our
what's
kids
correct.
is so screwed.
Why? But I think those are the skills we need to be looking at in the future. None of this is going to happen in a year or two, but
No.
you know, it takes what Elon was saying that, if you're going to school right now to be a doctor, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people poo poo that. But if you think about it, if it takes 6 to 8 years to be a doctor, in 8 years, what are robots and AI going to be able to do?
But
It's going to be exponential growth year over year.
yeah, I mean, just think about our first experience with full self-driving in a Tesla in 2016.
Yeah.
And now look at full self-driving in a Tesla in 2026.
Yeah. Now you would trust it.
And the fact that we have 10 years of experience and watching that evolution and
Mhm.
just how it gradually got better, and then exponentially got
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. It was very increment. It got like, oh, it's a little bit better on the highway. Oh, I can change lanes a little better.
Yeah.
Oh, it can now take the off ramp and then it gives the control back to you. And then,
Yeah.
oh, now it can go on some side streets. And then, oh, now it can recognize a stop sign. Oh, now it can recognize a red light. And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden it went, now it can just drive.
Yeah. It's just straight, like it can go from our driveway through the city of McLean
Into
to
DC.
into DC, into Arlington. It can pull into a parking spot. Like
Yeah.
it's full self-driving.
Yeah.
But it was terrifying in 2016.
Right. It's still not perfect, but the leap it has made is incredible.
So then looking at how you as a human are going to implement this, right? We talked about it yesterday. I was like, okay, let's put it on a machine. right? Let's give it a machine. Let's give it access to some stuff. And you're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're like, I can't do that.
Yeah,
We're
baby
not-
steps, baby steps.
But like you're putting your life in the hands of Elon Musk and his Tesla.
Right. But I think,
So I think,
yeah, but in the beginning, it was, right, you would put it on self-driving and your hands would be here.
yeah,
Or your hands would still be on the wheel. You didn't completely
relinquish control.
Right. And now that I've had 10 years of experience with it, now I'm at a point where I can just sit there.
Yeah.
And not touch the wheel, not worry about it because I know it's going to drive.
There's somebody I follow on Instagram, and she was in the back of an Uber at like 10:30 at night, and her Uber driver was asleep, and she's videoing him
In a Tesla.
In a Tesla, his eyes are closed, and she's like, I think he's actually sleeping. Like it was wild. It was wild. So that happened. And then somebody tried to break into her house, and she's like, I think I just need a redo on this.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting future. So I think as entrepreneurs and startups, you got to be thinking about how I can leverage AI and open the aperture to more than just automate. I mean, automation's phase one, like automate repetitive tasks.
Yes.
But being able to have, a true virtual assistant that is an AI agent is probably an easy one.
Okay, so if you were an entrepreneur right now, what would you do tomorrow?
Well, that's the one. The AI, I would implement an AI assistant.
Yeah.
And then I would, depending on what my skills were.
What are you giving it access to?
I would create its own inbox and give it access to mine, or I would CC it on everything.
Okay.
And then give it access to my calendar, obviously.
Yeah. Which means it would have access to our Sky calendar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So it's slowly weaving its way.
Yeah. And then, I think you would give it more access, or you'd create a second agent that is now your bookkeeper. And you say, all right, now I'm going to give you the API keys to interface with QuickBooks. And I want you to do this. And I want you to do this. And, maybe I give you access at some point to the bank account, but read only. So I want you to update me on how everything looks. But and the other one would be, there's a lot of, I'm looking at, we implemented NAN, and that's like another AI, but it's more automation driven.
NAN?
N8N.
N8N.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with that, there's a lot of templates that I share with you, like that can leverage AI to be your marketing person. So it will, on a daily basis, it'll go out and say, okay, let's say if we created a company that was selling cameras.
Yeah.
And we said, okay, I want you every day to go out and look at what's trending on social media about cameras.
Yeah.
So every day it goes out, it polls and sees what's trending. It goes to an LLM like OpenAI or Gemini or Anthropic or whatever and says, oh, I want you to help create some interesting content around these trend words.
Yeah.
Gets that content, puts it in a file, and then takes that file and sends it over to a video LLM and say, all right, make me make me a video for Instagram and LinkedIn about this cool thing in the script that Gemini gave me. Creates the video and then uploads the videos, puts them in a folder, and then presents them maybe to you as the business leader and says, all right, here are the 4 campaigns we can run today. Pick which one you want. And you say, oh, I want one. And they go, oh, great. All right, one, button it up. And then I'm going to ship it out to all the socials. And every day, and then you could remove yourself from that loop if you wanted to. And every day it would just go generate marketing content every day, put it on social.
Are you concerned about the increase in AI slop that we're going to see? Because a lot of people have no idea how to prompt anything.
Yeah. Am I concerned about it? No.
Why?
I welcome it because I think it's the downfall of social media. Because I think if you get, and the case in point is like, these Claude-bots. I don't know if you guys have researched, but if you give it access to a lot of things, like some people gave it access to WordPress. So they start thinking and they start interacting.
Yeah. And
they create their own website. And it created a website called Maltbook, which is really like Facebook.
Yes.
And then you can give your agent an API key to be able to access it. And then they post on there. It's like looks like Reddit, and they post on it and they upvote it, and it's all agents. They're upvoting their own, and it is some interesting conversations they get into.
It is the trippiest thing.
But if you look at it, they also have a website where they created their own religion. They have a website that looks like Pornhub, but it's Malt Hub. And they've just created all of these little weird things.
So they're mimicking humans.
Yes, 100%. I mean, because they're using LLMs, which
Yeah.
were trained on the internet.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these language models were trained on Reddit data.
Yeah.
They were trained on Facebook data. They were trained on the internet in general, like Google. And of course, they're mimicking humans because that's what they were learned. That's how they learned.
Okay, so I actually screenshot this one and sent it to you, and
Yeah.
it's from Moltbook, and it says urgent seeking a new human. Current model keeps asking me to be creative at 3 a.m. The requirement, a stable sleep schedule, doesn't change project scope mid-build, actually reads documentation, won't ask, can you make it pop more?
Yeah.
And the benefits that he comes with, I can roast your friends in Egyptian Arabic, and I've already claimed on Moltbook.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
it's funny. They have little personalities.
but
It's
it's
quite
like
weird.
these robots are
Well,
talking
they're
to
AI.
each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
These little AI bots
Yeah.
are talking to each other.
Yeah.
That's creepy as hell.
It's weird.
Like, right? Like, or maybe they're talking about us. Maybe they're talking about like
You never
they're
know.
human.
Yeah, probably. I think one tried to sue its human for unpaid labor. Like they're kind of weird, but don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I think there's a lot of positives that are coming, and you just got to get through some of the tumultuousness of the unregulated part.
Yeah. It's like sludging through concrete right now.
Yeah, I mean things are going to get a little weird, but
It's
now imagine if you said, and you can with Claude and those, you could give them, like I said, you can give it access to Twitter, you can give it access to Instagram, you can give it access to all these things, like we're talking about the auto posting. And now imagine if they just create their own account, like Moltbook, but now Moltbook is Instagram. They're just putting shit on Instagram.
that's
Yeah, and they came up with their own CAPTCHA to, identify that you're not human.
yeah.
So it's like a CAPTCHA like we have for bots. It's the
Uh-huh.
other way.
Yeah.
For humans.
Yeah. You have to identify if you're a human or a bot.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
that's
kind of
so
weird.
crazy. Okay, so thinking about all this and the use of AI and the amount of people that are going to start using these agents
Mhm.
environmentally, what is that going to do?
Yeah, it all depends. I think the optimist in me says these models are going to get better,
Yeah.
right? Like, DeepSeek, if that was accurate, like how they were able to train the model with a lot less time and energy expenditure. And, I think we're just learning how to do things better.
Mm-hmm.
So the tokenization cost will come down and
Yeah.
the energy requirement will come down.
What about water consumption?
Right. Well, when the cost to compute comes down, the electricity comes down, the water comes down, everything comes down.
So
So
the
I think it's
water's
going to
just
happen.
the water's being used to cool.
Cooling. And I
Yeah.
think, Elon Musk his goal is combining, XAI and SpaceX is to build data centers in the sky.
I
So now
saw
you don't have to worry about heat.
Yeah.
Heat's no longer a problem.
this is just it's happening so fast and yet so slow.
It's going to be an interesting world. So it becomes okay as an entrepreneur. I think it could be a bounty. Like there's so much more productivity you can do
Mm-hmm.
that you used to be, bound by labor costs, right?
Yeah.
So your labor cost really inhibited your ability to scale. It inhibited your ability to do things at a production level or
Yeah.
enterprise level. And if you now can go to this agent and robot world, you can scale with nonlinear labor costs, like the cost to have a CFO, the cost to have like these little agents, 5 virtual assistants
Yeah.
running around doing particular tasks. That there's no incremental cost
Mm-hmm.
or very small incremental cost in terms of electricity. That why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And now you can be an entrepreneur, a small company of 5 people, but you could produce the output of a 150 person company
Mm-hmm.
because you have 100 agents that are doing things.
If you can afford it.
But it's a lot cheaper than 150 people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, so the jobs that are going to be hit then, what jobs are taking a hit, right? You've got warehousing,
I think that's the
manufacturing, logistics, facilities, retail operations, right? Those are
yeah. I think those are the first ones that are going to be impacted. When it happens, I don't know, but it's already happening. Like Amazon laid off 16,000 people,
yeah.
and you look at these Amazon warehouse videos where it's just robots in there now
It
running
is
around,
crazy.
right? And you think of what the Atlas and the Optimus can do that are more humanoid, that can start to do things that require more dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think it becomes a lot of the repetitive and dangerous jobs will be done by robots
Yeah.
fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm. And then the jobs that are transforming, right? You've got managers look more like you're just orchestrating all of this.
Yeah, exactly. So your skill set is a little different. And your skill set of managing people and managing, so let's say in a retail world or a restaurant world, you're managing, hey, I know servers call out sick all the time, so I got to have backup for servers. I've got to stress test, I have a limited amount of wages to go around.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to dynamically schedule a lot because I want, a lot of people in my target from, you know, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and I
Yeah.
want a lot of people from 5 to 9. I don't need that many during, so you have people that come in halftime. But if you had robots, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You're there all the time,
Yeah. Absolutely.
right? All that goes away, and it just becomes,
Making sure they can get to their chargers.
or making sure that part is working correctly, and if they need anything, but they'll figure out their own patterns. They'll optimize.
Yeah.
And you look at the phase one here. We've already started. We've eliminated a lot of the cashiers in restaurants or grocery stores or retail by just scanning your own stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So if you
Which
had,
I actually prefer.
yeah, if you had scan your own stuff, and then maybe you had an Optimus or an Atlas that was scanning stuff if you wanted to go through
Mm-hmm.
and helping you load stuff in your car, and like there's a lot of, and restocking shelves. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of things it could do that humans are doing today.
And then the engineers, right? Like they're system designers.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, how do I want all this to work together?
Yeah.
How would I orchestrate? How do I want to design the robots and then the AI agents? How do I want all that to work? And then coming up with those functional roles, like this is what this agent does. This is the box around it. This is what I want it to do. And then I have another agent that does this. And then how do those agents talk to each other? How do I want to orchestrate it?
Right. And that's where I was just going to go, right? If these agents have the ability to communicate with one another while they're in their robot bodies, are they going to learn and try to take over each other's roles?
No, because they're all going to have like wouldn't say a personality file, but they're going to have a file that kind of sets the boundaries to what they do.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And as long as they're not editing that file, like that's, but it comes down to, it's just like a person though. Like a person has free will to do whatever they want. Like just because you say, hey, be a cashier, they could say, nope, I'm going to go stock shelves.
Yeah, that's true.
And what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, you fire them, you reprimand them, but it's the same thing you do with a robot. You're like, oh, I'm going to turn you off. And I'm going to reboot you to last known good.
Yeah. Right. And then the jobs that are going to grow in value, the things that we are going to actually value more is going to be like the leadership,
The innovation,
the
like
creativity.
Yeah. What company am I creating?
Yeah.
What product am I creating?
Ethics, the ability to envision what you want it to look like.
Yeah. And then I still think,
Emotional intelligence.
yeah, entertainment, like those types of
Entertainment,
things,
football.
creativity, innovation, those are going to be things that are valued.
Are they going to get rid of football players?
I don't know if I could ever watch that, right?
Robot
Like,
football?
because then they're all great. Like how,
Yeah.
like there's no
Who wanted to create like an Olympics for people on steroids?
oh, I
that?
can't remember, but I would love to watch
Was
that.
it Dr. I was going to say Peter Attia, but I don't think that
No.
was him. And I think he's in some hot water. So
Yes,
that's
he
why
is.
he's
Yes.
forefront of my mind. But no, there was somebody who was saying they wanted, was it Huberman?
Maybe.
I think it was
I would love it. Let's just push the boundary of mankind.
right? Like let's put all these guys on peptides. Let's give them all steroids, and then let's put them in a Hydrox and see who does.
Yeah. But the one thing I want is I still want one lane reserved in the Olympics for an average person.
How amazing!
I just want to see an average. It could be like a high school athlete. He was a high school track star.
Yeah.
Let's put him in there and see what happens.
Yeah. Right? Like let's take an average hockey player and put him.
Yeah, just so you can see
how slow he is
and how great these guys really are without them getting killed. There was a show a long time ago. It was called Joes versus Pros.
I feel like I remember that.
Yeah, I think it only did a season or so.
It didn't take off.
It did not do well, but I could it could do well. But I think they had like retired pro athletes, and it wasn't like full contact.
Yeah,
but it could. There's potential there.
But you draw the line at robot football.
I do,
or robot
or
baseball.
sports. I think robot sports in general, because there's no the challenge with sports is the human nature. Like people make mistakes, people miss.
Yeah.
Like you've seen, there's a robot out there that shoots 3-pointers
Mhm.
and just doesn't miss.
That's no fun.
Exactly, just
Right? Eh.
and they're all the exact same shot because they can do the exact same thing every time,
Ew.
which makes it great for production lines or repetitive tasks. Like it can do the exact same thing 24/7 without complaining.
I saw a video of Carlos Alcaraz working on his serve, like his toss, and the coach had a little basketball hoop on a
I
stick.
saw that.
Did you
I
see
did
that?
see that.
Right? And like he on his toss was able to like nail it through the basketball hoop.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's so impressive. Have you ever like tossed a tennis
Yeah.
ball to try to hit it?
But
Like,
the beauty, I mean, he missed a couple, they would hit the rim.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
imagine a robot would do it in the hole every time.
Boring.
Yeah, exactly. So
Boring.
I think there'll still be obviously roles for humans and
Mhm.
jobs will evolve. The problem you have with any revolution or evolution is there's a window of time where we haven't reskilled yet.
Mhm.
So if robots are taking over production jobs,
Yep.
what do you do with that workforce until you reskill them?
Mhm. 'Tis the question.
Yeah. Same with like we were talking about before. If an AI agent can be an assistant, what do you do with all the people that are assistants today?
Yeah. Learn new skills.
Right, you have to.
Mhm. Okay, and then what do we teach our kids?
Yeah, I think it's those skills, that leadership, be creative, be innovative,
Cooking?
cooking, and being, I think I still think developers, not like code developers, but understanding how to orchestrate and, you know, make things happen, understand AI, at least how to interface with it,
Yeah.
how it functions.
Critical thinking skills,
Yeah,
communication,
communication's a big one.
in-person
Yeah,
communication.
that's a harder skill.
Yeah. So and I'm looking at this right now, but it says repetitive execution, like memorization.
hmm That's not a skill that's going to be required. Like we even see it today. Memorizing is used to be a great skill. You used to have it because you needed to retain the knowledge to be
Yeah.
able to execute something.
Yeah.
Now, all the knowledge you could ever want is in the palm of your hand at any moment. And then you keep moving with wearables, it'll be available to you at any moment. So
What
why
was
memorize it?
what was the exercise they did with you in high school? And you told me this story recently and I'd never heard it before.
Oh, yeah. So we did a lot of
It was experimental.
experimental because I think they got like grant money or something. So the school would do a lot of these. And we had the kind of accelerated students. There was like 6 or 8 of us.
Mhm.
And one of them I remember was it was back when laser discs were out. So they had,
What's a laser disc?
it's like a pre-CD before CDs that held a lot of information.
Is that the floppy thing?
No, it's like a big steel vinyl record.
Okay.
Like anyway, so they had that playing a movie,
Uh-huh.
right? And at the same time that movie was playing with audio, the teacher was teaching.
Mhm.
So you had 2 inputs, both audio and visual coming at you at the same time. And you were so you just had it. So you ended up focusing on one and the other was kind of background.
Yeah.
And then afterwards you had a quick quiz. There's only like 15 minutes of this.
Uh-huh.
And they have a quick quiz that was based on questions from both.
Yeah. And you did really well on the quiz for both.
I did. And then they kept doing those and you got better at it.
Yeah.
Like you got better at like,
Buffering.
yeah, I think so.
But that was a skill that you had when we first met.
Right. I was
that
really good at buffering. Now I'm not so much.
You're not like, so I'm wondering if we used all your brain input
Maybe I did.
during these experiments.
Maybe I used all the buffering skills.
Right,
I
because
had.
when I first met you, you used to be able, like, you were typing on your computer and somebody was having a conversation behind you, and then they would ask you a question and you would answer, but
Mhm.
never break your typing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, what is this anomaly of a human? Like, this isn't normal. The ability to listen but still produce is, yeah, that's not easy to do.
Yeah.
So it's something you used to be really good at it, not so much anymore.
That's probably because of skill I don't have to do as much.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't use
Use
it.
it, you lose it. 40-year-old virgin taught us. If you don't use it, you lose
Oh
it.
man. Okay, well, I mean, I'm equally excited and terrified to see
Yeah.
where this goes. Okay, so rapid fire.
No.
The first robot-dominated industry.
First robot-dominated industry. I would say production lines, like automobile production.
Yeah. I think it's there. That's a lot of
It's coming more and more.
yeah. One skill that every kid needs now. Like, if you're listening to this podcast and you have children,
Yeah.
what's a skill that they should be focusing on?
I would say two. One, I think leadership, because that skill needs to persist, and the other is general AI understanding.
Yeah?
Like I would not be afraid of it. I think they have to understand it.
So do you think we need to teach our kids?
I think they already have some level of understanding
Yeah?
because they know Alexa is. Alexa's an AI,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And it's going to get better and better because it's getting exposed to more and more. So they understand it. I think where we'll get when they're a little more competent is how does it work
Mhm. One founder mistake today.
with AI.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's back to the leadership and the system design. You have to know what problem you're trying to solve and know the functions you want to outsource, right? So just I think a lot of people just lean into AI because AI. And they're like, oh, I bought a access to Copilot or ChatGPT and I have this or
Yeah.
I want to do that. And maybe I'm still using Zapier and I'm automating things. And you're like, all right, well, those are all parts of it. But until you understand what it is you're trying to accomplish, just like you would if you built out your own team.
Yeah.
Like if I'm building an org structure, what do I want?
Mhm.
And then if I have, me and, 5 agents, I can outperform a 20-person team if I understand exactly what function, what role I want each of these agents to do
Yeah.
and tightly bound what it is they're doing and give them all the access they need to complete their task.
Mhm. One thing parents should stop teaching.
Um, Coding.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think you should understand it, learn to code, but you don't. It's not a skill that is going to persist too long.
That's true because
Its ability to code is Claude, and some of these are really, really good at coding.
remember when we used to take the kids to Coder Kids?
Yeah, yeah, I think those skills are going to be less required, like the memorization of understanding how to code in C++ or how to code in Java or how to code in JSON. But now it's going to be, I just need to conceptually know what I want to get accomplished front to
Mhm.
back.
Yeah.
And then, the AI will spit out the code. And is it perfect today? And I know a lot of people say, oh, it spits out shitty code. And yeah, it does. But it's going to get better.
Yeah.
And there'll still be a need for some software developers, but not a bunch.
Yeah.
And it's going to be more at the tail end of the CI/CD pipeline of reviewing code
Mhm.
and red teaming code and doing those types of things versus punching out hundreds of lines of code.
What about robotics?
Yeah, I think robotics is another big skill, and it's more of that mechanical engineering.
Yeah, and the only reason I brought that up is because our son was invited to a robotics club, and apparently it's a big commitment, one that I'm not willing to
Yeah,
make, so we're not doing
but
it.
no, I think robotics is a big one because there's still going to have to be people until a certain point to
Yeah.
to fix robots. But I think eventually you'll have a robot that fixes other robots.
One thing that schools are behind in right now.
I think AI.
So,
Most right now, the initial knee jerk was we're banning it. No one
yeah,
uses it,
yeah.
and then we need AI to detect AI. And I think what they have to do is just like when I was in school, we were just leaning into programming
Mhm.
and coding, and it was a small group of people that were doing it. I think you have to have the same with AI. Like we have to start embracing it and understanding how it works
Yeah. I
and how to live
remember
with it in a world with it. How do you leverage it?
when our daughter was in English class in high school, they would not let them work on their assignments outside of school because they were so worried that everybody was using ChatGPT to produce their papers.
Right. And I think if you think about the goal of school is to create humans that are productive in society, right?
Yes.
That are knowledgeable and productive.
Mhm.
And in today's world or tomorrow's world, you're not going to be a productive member of society if you cannot leverage and coexist with AI.
Yeah.
That is going to be a skill that is viable. Like if you don't understand how to leverage it to do the job, then you're going to be behind
Yeah.
because no one's going to want to hire 20 people in accounting,
Correct.
right? They're going to have a leader, CFO, and then agents will be doing a lot of those functions.
Absolutely. And I think just one final parting thought is that just because you can automate something does not mean you should.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
I think
agreed.
there has to be some limitations on what you as a human are willing to automate. And I'll give you an example. Let's say you're having an argument within your workforce, right? Or you're
Mhm.
having major disagreements. Do not run right to chat GPT and put in the argument and tell it to spit out a response. Right. I think you need to learn how to work through hardships and have those hard conversations before you try to automate a response.
Agreed. And
And that goes in relationships
yeah,
too.
yeah. ChatGPT is not a therapist.
It's not a
AI is not a therapist.
no.
I mean, it has access to all the same materials and reading and knowledge that a therapist would have, but it doesn't have that empathy. It doesn't understand the human condition. It
Yeah.
doesn't see or feel or know that when I say, like, people are really good. I'm not sure AI is going to ever get there, but people are really good at knowing exactly what to say
Yeah.
to elicit a reaction
Of
that they
course.
want,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't look at me. I know you're perfect at it. So, and I don't think AI will get to that spot because they can't the emotional cues and the understanding of how it works.
Yep. It's okay, current husband.
Ha 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 ha. Real funny.
My current husband has strong opinions
Yes,
on artificial
yes.
intelligence.
Yes. Current husband. Mm.
All right. Are we done?
I think so.
Okay, bye.
Thank you for tuning in to Married to the Startup. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please take a moment to like, rate, and subscribe to our podcast. Your support helps us reach more people and keeps the conversation going. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, drop me a message. I love hearing from you guys. Until next time.